Truth time. Do you go to bed with your makeup on, or are you good about washing your face every night? I'm guilty. I go to sleep with my makeup on most of the time. But after talking to Toby and Terry of Naked Soul Beauty, I might have to change that practice. In this hot episode of Sassy AF TV, we talk all about skincare, affirmations, and how washing your face will make you feel like a goddess.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Sassy AF TV. I'm so happy to have you guys here with us today. And my guest, I'm super thrilled about to have Toby and Terry with Naked Soul Beauty joining us on set today, or I guess it's on the live set of Sassy AF TV. Don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and you hit that bell so you get notifications of the latest episodes. As well, if you're following anywhere else, make sure you are subscribed, following at Sassy Healthy Fit on all social media. So don't forget to check in with us all the time for all the sassy updates. So let me tell you a little bit about our fantastic guest. We met several months ago. She's also in Santa Barbara, which is super fun. That means I get to see her in real life and not just on a screen. But Toby Ann Terry is the founder of Naked Soul Beauty. She is also a coach for beauty professionals and talk about an in-demand woman. I've got an and here. President of Achieve Beauty, which is a business building academy and resource center for beauty professionals. She's also been a stylist and salon and spa owner for 25 years. What? Because she looks like she's hardly 25. Must be because she takes such good care of her skin. I'm just saying. All right, well, welcome, Toby. I'm gonna let you tell us more about yourself and do your hello, but we have to have an icebreaker. And you know my favorite icebreaker question?
What?
What is your favorite song to dance to?
Oh God. Oh my God.
Really?
Okay, I'm just gonna go with what's lately is I got this feeling from Trolls, the movie Trolls.
I love it.
I'm just gonna go with that because a lot of my songs that I like might not be appropriate for this show.
You know what?
I like it good.
And I just had a little dance party with myself in my kitchen listening to The Greatest Showman. So, you know, sometimes
my daughter's favorite movie, and I was so bummed we didn't take her to the concert that he was doing. He was on tour with The Greatest Show, whatever that was.
I know.
So we were just playing that the other day, driving home from down from Channel Islands Harbor, and I just love it. Every time we play it, it's just like happy and woohoo. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Well,
I love it. Well, we can have pink hair and be trolls too. It's perfect.
Yes. It's Justin Timberlake, right? I just say Trolls because it comes up as Trolls on my iTunes or on the music. Yeah.
Totally. Well, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have you, and I'm really excited about our conversation today. But tell us about Naked Soul Beauty, which, by the way, that's a very provocative branding. I love it. It makes it
I like that.
And sexy. So tell us about Naked Soul Beauty and where it came from.
Well, Naked Soul Beauty came from, so I bought a product line years and years and years ago, and then I ran it kind of as it was, and then I closed it down because I wanted to rebrand. And so it was originally it had a Spanish name, and from being from Santa Barbara, that was definitely an option. And I was like, maybe call it Exotica, or because one of our products was Exotica, was called Exotica, and or like crema, or I don't know. I had some other names, and then that didn't feel totally right. And then I was going with white camellia because that's our signature ingredient in the line. And so I was thinking La Camellia, kind of a Spanish thing, or just called Camellia or Camellia White. That didn't feel right either. Then I had closed it down because I was trying to rebrand and I wanted to refocus. And then I went through a divorce. And so through that journey of a divorce and having young twins, that kind of started to shape the branding. And so I was going to a lot of meditation retreats and diving into spirituality fairly deep to get through the healing. And even through that process, I was kind of coming into my own as well, as after being married for so many years and taking better care of myself, just letting myself go toward the end of my marriage. So there was a mixture of sensuality and spirituality, a lot of pain, and then a lot of happiness. And that kind of sounds weird, like mixed in, like going out with my girlfriends and doing fun things and taking better care of myself, having a little bit more time to start focusing on myself. So that's kind of where it came from. It's just a mixture of spirituality and sensuality, kind of naked soul. And then I was going to do sacred. I thought of a lot of different names, and going through that process of starting a business, you got to see what's out there, what's not out there, what you can trademark, what you can't. But I had that branding down, and I was kind of landing on like bear soul, like the soul was in there. And then my mom and I were having a glass of wine, and she's all, "What about naked soul?" And I'm like, "That's it." Like it was just like it just was like, that is it. And you just go through those moments of, "Oh, that sounds great. That sounds good. That feels good. Oh no, no, no." But when and I'm like, I can feel it in my heart right now just talking about it. It was like that was the moment where Naked Soul was born, and it's just been a journey ever since.
That's awesome. What a beautiful story that your mom gave you the namesake inspiration
Right.
for your whole branding after you'd been on this journey and, really trying to nail down what is the perfect name. And then it just comes out of this inspiration from a conversation and a journey and an experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, the first part of it was definitely going to the spirituality side and having a spiritual brand, having that connection, all those things all those modalities I was using to heal from the divorce, and get through the guilt, and get through being a single mom, and all of that. And so I knew that was the direction. Then it was just trying to find that right name, and I cannot even think of a better name. Like it couldn't be anything else. So
That's amazing. I love it. How long was the time between when you shut down the brand to really rebrand it, or shut down the line, until you went through that journey and then you were able to, rebirth it as Naked Soul?
I would say it was about 3 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, long time, long time. Well, it takes a lot of money to start a company.
Yes.
But I would say it took about 2 years to name it. And some people could say, you're just putting it off or procrastinating, or there's resistance. There's some sort of like underlying resistance there. But it's a journey. It's the foundation of something that you're creating. And the misconception is that once you start something, automatically it needs to be successful, or has to be successful, or you're failing. And that's not the case in business. It's a process. It's what you do every day to show up, to create it, to grow it, to shape it. So for me, it was perfect timing. It was perfect timing. And then when I launched it, then 2 weeks after that, the fires happened in Santa Barbara, and the floods happened. And that kind of also provided more of the essence and the soul of the brand, because of what that healing brought on, in
Right.
terms of my divorce, and connecting with our community and family, and just so it just even spoke more. And then it slowed me down, because after that, a lot of us in Santa Barbara, we couldn't function for months, and having clients come into the salon. I had a client 2 days later, she's in the salon and telling me about her story, and like how she was on the roof. So it's just a process. You just do what you can do, and you just go at your own timing. Not anybody else's.
I couldn't agree.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what sets Naked Soul Beauty apart from other skincare lines. Like, how is it different, or even from, how you originally acquired the line from another source, right? So
Right.
How has it emerged, and what sets Naked Soul apart from, you walk into any salon? I mean, seriously, for men watching this, they might be like, I'm not sure how this relates to my life. But for the women out there, I mean, you can walk into any boutique, retail store, whatever.
Right.
There is like no less than 50 different brands of the same
Yeah.
sort of product.
Right.
And for me, I get completely overwhelmed and shut down, and usually walk out with nothing, because I never know what to buy. That's my MO. I'm kind of like, I can't decide. I have like decision fatigue, and I can't do it, and I just shut down. So what sets you apart, and why should women really, what are some ways that women can really understand how to, properly decide what will work for them?
Right. Well, okay, first of all, men can use this line. It's simple, and it doesn't have any scent in it except for the masks and the hair oil, which can be used on your body. So it's really simple for men. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things. So, when I acquired the formulas, I worked for my mentor, and then I acquired the formulas. I bought it, and like I said, I ran it as her existing business. It was a small baby hobby business, but those formulas had been around for a long time. So we were ahead of our time from being an independent beauty brand, or all natural beauty brand. So we're talking about 2011 is when I started working for the company. And then she had the formulas probably about 8 years before that. So being all natural at that time was not a thing, and not a thing at all. And it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it really was. It really is in the online market space, in the indie beauty, and the all natural beauty space. So that, and then also our signature ingredient is white camellia oil. That's not a very popular ingredient. It's become more popular, but it still isn't a dominating ingredient on the market. And all of our cleansers are based on the oil cleansing method. So that was also ahead of its time. So it's pretty progressive in that sense. And we're one of the first companies that started sourcing white camellia into the States and started using it as an oil cleanser. And that's another thing, is that our whole philosophy is all the oil cleansing method. And when you look at our oil cleansers, there's not anything else in it besides white camellia. And there's a little small fraction of an olive ester, which helps it rinse totally clean. So when you look at other cleansing oils, there's a lot of fillers, there's a lot of other different oils that might not be great for the facial use. So you're getting a very clean, pure line. Also, our big philosophy is simplicity. And in fact, we have a collection called Simplicity Collection. It's 4 products that do everything. So 2 steps in the morning, cleanse and moisturize, easy. And then 3 steps at night, cleanse, treat, anti-aging night serum, and moisturize. And then if you want to have a mask, you do the mask, and one of our masks, we have 3, but one, you only really need one, and it's an exfoliating, hydrating, anti-aging, skin clearing all in one. So it's that philosophy of simplicity. Another thing, I can go on. You can just
Keep
stop me.
going. I want to jump in though and say that we share many philosophies, but I have to say I absolutely love this line and this concept of simplicity, because one of my major themes and pillars is keeping your rituals simple, sustainable, and fun. And if they're not those things, you're not going to do them. And that applies to all your rituals in your life, especially your skincare. So keep going.
Absolutely. And that's how I kind of got on the line. I was using an amazing skincare line from way back when, and then eventually I stopped because I had to go and buy it as a consumer. I'm in the beauty business, so I usually get things at a salon at the discount, but I need to use things that work on my skin. I can use a lot of different professional products on my hair and get good results and get better with my favorites. But my skin was so, like, it was unpredictable, and so I needed to use really good things to keep all my blemishes down. And so I started using this one line, and it had like 10 products. I mean, for my own ritual, not 10 products in the entire line. They probably had like 50 in the entire line. But after a while, and I had great results, but after a while, I got sick of using it. Then I got pregnant, so my skin was naturally pretty good, and I would just use what we sold in the salon. And then when I was breastfeeding for a year, same thing. And then after I stopped breastfeeding, holy, my skin went crazy. It was dried out, the hormone fluctuations. And I dealt with it for about 3 months, but I didn't want to go back to that line because it was too many steps, too many products.
Right.
And then that's when I found my mentor. She came to the salon, we started talking, and she's like, "You should try an oil cleanser." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no." and I'm all, okay, I'll try it. And then she's like, but what I love, I can use whatever cleanser, but what I loved back then was like a great face cream. So that's what I really wanted to try of hers. And so I got on the oil cleanser, got on the face cream, and my skin changed within days. It was like going from living in the desert to living back on the beach with moisture and hydration and radiance. I mean, I'm telling you, like within days. So I was, and then it was simple because that's all I did. That's all I used. So it was great. Now, the big thing too about it, what makes this difference is that we have affirmations printed right on the
Oh,
bottles.
I'm glad we brought this up. This is where I was excited to go. Okay, keep going. You know I love the
Yes,
affirmation. This is another
I
line
know.
that
That's
we have.
right. I still wear your panties that you gave me that have
I
an affirmation
know.
hub.
I love
Sassy
it.
panties. Or your affirmation cards and then the panties. I
Right?
love it. I love it. They're so cozy. Thank you. Um, so anyways, so affirmations, it was one of the modalities I was telling you about, all the spiritual modalities that I use to help heal. And I did a lot of affirmations, a lot of deep affirmations, intense healing. I mean, I was doing tapping, I was doing everything, and meditation stuff. But so I was doing a lot of meditation, and so after one of my meditations, I just got this like spiritual insight. Just it wasn't me thinking; it was just like boom, just this insight says you need to name your products with affirmation. Like it was just that clear, and I'm like, okay, I didn't even think twice about it. And then after thinking about it, in terms of how I'm going to do that, and in a business sense, it's like, wow, that really does make us different, because a lot of people aren't putting affirmations on their beauty products. I think philosophy was, they had more quotes and
Right.
sayings and stuff like that, inspirational sayings. I think since then there was like word, or even maybe before them, words like believe and trust and love, but really spiritual affirmations printed right on the bottles to help unite your spiritual practice with your beauty practice right in the mirror, when you're like right in the mirror when you're washing your face. Like, what is a better time? And they're right there on the bottle, and you can use all the different ones. And I'm divine love in the eyes of spirit. So there's different. I awaken the goddess within me, and
Oh,
that's what I named
love
the face. That's what I named the face cream. I was going to grab all my products and put them right here by me, and I forgot.
that's okay.
Um,
I awaken the goddess within me. I love that.
I awaken the goddess deep within me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so good.
and I named the face cream because that's my favorite product. Oh my god, I cannot live without that product. And so I named her goddess because she is like the goddess of the entire line. So
Oh, I love that. So talk to me more about affirmations, because I'm a fan of affirmations. I mean, I've been following an affirmation practice now for about, I don't know, maybe a little bit less than a year. And my practice includes, there's several different components, but, I have several decks of affirmation cards that I work with. I write them down. I write them down in my journal. I write them on my mirror. I have like a big full length mirror in my room. And so I look at it every day and it has an affirmation on it so that I can, say it out loud and feel that kind of self-love and self-appreciation. And I know that there's so much power in, saying the words, writing the words, etc., which is why I'm such a proponent of using affirmations. And there's some people out there that are like, that's too woo-woo, blah, blah, blah. Fine. All good. But I encourage you to have an open mind, not you, Toby, because I know you already have one, but anybody that's watching that's thinking like, what kind of bullshit are these ladies talking about? Affirmations, that's not in my life. I beg you to have an open mind. But talk to me about your experience with going through your spiritual journey and using affirmations yourself, and how do you use them in everyday life?
oh my gosh, well, it depends on what I'm working on. So if I'm if I'm working on creating more business, or more clients coming in, or patience with my children.
That's a good one.
Right. I will today. I will not yell today. So it just depends on what's going on, what's important. That's why I really like the affirmations that I put on the bottles of Naked Soul, is that you don't really have to think about what you want to work on, because it's just all about love and connection and soul and bringing out that divine, like, spiritual side of you. So even if you don't like know what to say, it's on there. You don't know what you want to work on, it's on there. But I use them in different ways. Write them down. I say them in the mirror. I say it while I'm driving. Please, help me make a great decision. I guess that's more of a prayer, but just different ways of, I just use that. It's a form of communication to spirit. And so I use it in different ways. And sometimes I don't say them at all. Like, I'm not I'm not perfect, So some weeks I let my practice go. But so weight loss or fitness, nutrition, I use it for all my main things. business, kids, nutrition, love, and just connection to spirit.
I love it. I think that there's a lot of power in, saying what it is that you, not only you're feeling, but what you desire, and saying it in the affirmative, hence affirmation, that
Right.
you are the thing, whether it's you are the thing, right? So I am full of love, or I am a patient mom, or I can do hard things, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy, complicated. I am enough. That's one of my favorites, right? It's like so simple. But I think when we can give the words the power, whether we think them, whether we say them, and it's definitely not about perfection, because Lord knows that I am far from, but perfection is not something that I'm striving for.
It's another thing I have to do.
Well, I know. I've been on a perfection kick lately, because I'd like to say that I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I'm still like deep in the trenches. So I don't know what you call that. I'm like deep in the trenches of trying to recover from being a perfectionist. But I was listening to Brene Brown, who's my current hero, and she was talking about perfectionism, and that it's just a way of avoiding being vulnerable, because you're delaying putting out there whatever it is. But really, you don't want a perfect life, you want a thriving life. And I thought that was such a beautiful way to put it, right? So if you can use affirmations to help you thrive in your life, good Lord, that is powerful stuff, right? Like, I'm in. I want to thrive. I think we all want to.
It's so simple. I mean, it really is simple, So like I said, I sometimes I don't do them. Some days I don't do them. Maybe it's gone a whole week, just like meditating, just like eating healthy. Like I just got off a whole month of not eating that great, and I can feel it in my body and my skin, when I just was eating healthy for 2 months, and my skin was perfect. I was fit. I had lost like 7 pounds, and it's just like, whatever, I still feel good. I'm still happy. Now maybe I'm meditating more, or maybe now I'm, journaling more, or I'm reading inspirational books, or I'm doing more massages, or, so it's part of your arsenal. And then you can just kind of pick and choose what feels good in that moment. But affirmations are really easy, it's just say the words,
Simple.
Yeah. And if you can say it in the mirror, like look at yourself right in the eye and say it in the mirror, it's 10 times more powerful.
Isn't that amazing how hard that is, though, sometimes?
Right.
Yeah. It's weird, right? It's just you, and there's like no one around, right? Your door's closed. It's you looking at yourself, and it's still like, holy shit, I don't know if I can say this word right now. So you say what you can, or you think it, or you do the best you can, but it's amazing. And then once you say it, you're like, yes. So it's pretty cool.
A good practice with that is just like having it written down, how what you're going to say. And maybe you have 1, or maybe you have 3, and just say it over and over and over and over again. And sometimes maybe, or in the beginning, you're not looking. Maybe you you look off, and then all of a sudden, like within like maybe the 8th or the 9th or the 10th time, and then commit to 20, and then all of a sudden you're looking in the mirror more, and then the last maybe 5, you're looking right in your eye, and you're doing it. It's like practice. Everything takes practice, and then all of a sudden you're doing it.
Right? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I love that. I love taking it from a repetitive space until you feel like the momentum going, because it really does build upon itself. I mean, I think that's the beauty of, and how we have this control, right? We have the power and the control and the opportunity and the choice, to make this change within ourselves. And then it can like build this momentum in the team. You get excited and you're like, yes, I am Superwoman.
So true. I'm reading the most amazing book right now called The Slight Edge. And it's totally about that. It's about the little mundane things that we choose to do that are just easy. It's just as easy to choose not to do them as it is to do them. But it's all these little mundane things, but we do them every day, a little bit every day. And then it builds that compound effect. And then
I love the compound effect.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's the best book. It's the best book. And then eventually you will see the effects from it. But it's the people that choose to do those little mundane things every single day that become successful in whatever area that they're working on.
And it's the small, like you said, mundane and slight Yeah. And it will, and it has radical impact.
Yeah, and I know, like that's not a great word to use, mundane, but it's those little tiny monotonous like things that they're great. I mean, saying affirmations are great. Doing your meditation every day is a wonderful, beautiful thing. But when you start to think about, oh, I got to do that, and then I got to do this, and then I got to do the dishes, and I got to do all that, but it's just choosing those specific actions, small, every single day, and then all of a sudden, let's say you're doing affirmations. And meditation for me also works really fast, but the day of, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not going to do anything. Well, that's what, sometimes it does. But you build that into a practice and you do it every single day, then all of a sudden it's just, the world just opens up. Or you're eating healthy every single day, and all of a sudden, like, 2 months later, you're like 10 pounds lighter.
Right. Well, and I love the example you gave about the product line that you had been using before that had like 10 products within the steps, and your skin was looking great and you were seeing fantastic results, but it was so many steps that it was not sustainable for you. And I feel like this is very analogous to, in general, especially us in-demand women, right? We've got a lot of demands on our time. We take on all the things and then we overcomplicate the shit out of it. And, when we overcomplicate it, like, if you take a step back and you slow down, you think, okay, yeah, these 10 products are awesome. My skin's looking great, but is there a way that I could have one product or maybe two and get the same results, which clearly you have, created with Naked Soul Beauty and your Simplicity line. So I think that that's a fantastic example of, we don't need to overcomplicate all the things, just keep it simple and you're going to see those results, but the consistency is where the key is.
Yeah, consistency. And then if you need the simplicity, and maybe some things you choose to do aren't going to be so simple, but make sure everything else that you do, or most of everything else to do, is simplified, but it is the consistency. It's just sets you apart from the others that are failing. Because in this book, it talks about, like, we oscillate between failure and survival. And right when we start to go on the upswing to survival and we don't quite go up to success, we start coming back down in failure, because we start to see that upswing in momentum and start to see some benefits from, being down in failure. And then we just start to kind of slide off what we were doing that was creating that upswing. So it's going back and looking at everything that you did that was creating an upswing in your business, or an upswing in your weight loss, or upswing in your skincare, self-care, and go back to doing those things, so that you don't come back to failure. Then you're going back up to survival again, that you're actually going up to success.
Oh, that's so good. I'm adding that to my book list. I need to
Oh my God.
That sounds good. Yeah. I'm a fan of all the personal development books. Give me all the stuff. I'm like spirit junkie over here. So,
and it's not like a super spiritual book. It's it's self-improvement, business, a little bit of everything. So I'm only halfway through it, but those are some of the underlying principles of it.
Oh, I love it. No, that's awesome. So let's go back to skincare for a moment. I want to talk about, because I am so guilty of this, and I think about you every night when I make the choice to wash my face or not. And last night I did. Can I tell a quick story? My little one, he's turning 6 next week, and I love him, but he is like my most spirited child, and man, is he stubborn. And nighttime can be a real pain. And so last night was one of those nights where he just wanted to scream his head off and not go to bed. And I was really trying my hardest not to give in to his demands, because they were ridiculous. And so the only thing I could do to escape the screams was hop in the shower. So I'm like, well, if I'm in a shower anyway, I might as well wash my face. Good thing I'm talking to Toby tomorrow, because she'll be happy I did. Yeah. So tell me about what are like the most common mistakes that you see women making when it comes to taking care of their skin.
Well, not washing their face. You said it. Absolutely not washing your face. Okay, so
why do we do that?
We're tired. We're tired. I don't want to use the word lazy, because we're tired. We're like, last night I'm in bed, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I caught myself saying that like out loud to my cat, like my kids are at my ex-husband's house, and I know I can tell when I am tired. I turn the TV on. I like to lay in bed and read and meditate and work and do all my social media stuff, and just kind of like hang out. I love being in my bed. And when my kids are here, that's when we watch movies and we're out in the living room and all that. So last night I was like, I'm watching a movie. I didn't feel good. I was feeling kind of sick, and I'm like, So, and I was supposed to go to dance class. So anyways, so we're just tired. We got, like you said, we have so many demands on our time. And so the best thing to do, and I went through this phase too. Now it's just like, I don't even think about it. And the best thing to do is to do it right when you get home. Just do it right when you get home. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have an itch. It's kind of what I do when I get out of when I get home from the salon. I just instantly, like, I have to take my clothes off and put pajamas on or put whatever loungy stuff. I cannot wear my work clothes any longer. I just have that energy of just work and just, like, just tired. And so instantly I just feel relaxed and I feel good. And it's another little burst of energy. So maybe find the time where it's the easiest. And so maybe right when you get home, but not like right when you're going to bed, you're like, oh, I can just get right into bed. But you have to take your makeup off. You have to wash the day off, not only for energetic reasons, so you'll sleep better, you'll feel better. I mean, you feel better. You literally feel better once you do it. But it's just great for proper skincare and just the radiance and the moisture and just getting the dirt and the grime off. And then the same thing in the morning. You don't think that you have to wash your face in the morning, but it depends on what you're using. So another mistake is using the wrong cleanser that just strips your skin. Any kind of traditional foaming gel abrasive cleanser is not great for it's aging your skin, just plain and simple. Cleaning your skin, if you do it twice. If you don't do it twice, it's not really cleaning your skin, it's just moving it around. So that's another mistake, is not using the right cleanser. And oil cleansers are the best for removing everything and for hydrating and treating the aging in your skin. So it's anti-aging, hydrating, and it actually is effective. It's what people have used for centuries centuries ago to clean their skin as oils. So those are the
and it's counterintuitive. When you first told me that, I was like, oil cleanser, what does that mean? Because you think I'm going to have oily skin if I'm washing with an oil cleanser, but that's so interesting. But it completely makes sense, right? Because if we think about where the wrinkles come from, they come from the lack of elasticity that's in your skin, right? And the drier that your skin gets, the less elasticity it has. So therefore you're going to have wrinkles and you're going to see the signs of aging, which, that's also part of, aging with grace is important, but whatever we can do to kind of slow the process, nothing wrong with that.
Well, no. And just radiance and health. It's like, drinking juice every day, or, like squeezing fresh vegetable juice versus drinking like sugar, or like a juice or whatever. It's like, you're going to see it. And at some point it's not good for you. It's not about looking better or anything like that. I mean, it is, but it's a healthy way of looking better. You want that glow in your skin. You want that radiance. You don't want to look tired and haggard and dry and cracked. It's just at any age. It's so women that have mature skin, yeah, they're still going to have mature skin, but they're still going to have that radiance and that glow and that health. And when your skin feels better, like you just act better. You're just like, woohoo! Just like with your hair. When you get your hair done, I mean, I'm also a hairstylist, so when people walk in the salon and when they walk out, it's a completely different type of walk. So it is energy. It's so energetic, even though we're talking about what we're looking at in the mirror, but it's so important how we show up in the world and how we show up for ourselves, because it feeds that positive energy.
Oh, I love that you said that, because energy, I think, is kind of misunderstood in terms of, what it is. And there's a lot of talk, like you said, a lot of women in particular, men probably say this too, but we're talking mostly to women, so I'm going to keep it there. End of the day, right? I'm so tired. Right. If one more person says to me, I'm so tired, I'm like, stop saying you're so tired. I get it. If you need more sleep, get more sleep. Okay, cool. Totally 100% understand and agree. And we can talk about sleep routines and how do we fix that. But we all have the choice to make the energy, or to have the energy that we want to have. But there's certain things that you have to do. But I agree with you. If I wash my face, whether it's first thing in the morning, or in fact, I actually do love to wash my face right when I get home at the end of the day too, especially on a day like today where I put on more makeup than I normally do. I'll tell you, this makeup is coming off like first thing as soon as I'm done being out in the world and doing what I need to do. Because I can't stand, I come come home and I'm like, get it off. So it does, and it does wake you up, and it just gives you this like renewed sense of self. And I think that that's an awesome example of self-care because it's so simple. Like,
It's so
doesn't,
simple.
I mean, it hardly costs any money. And it doesn't require any amount of time really besides like 2 minutes. And you can go from, like you said, feeling like blah and tired to like you're perked up, your energy, your shoulders are back,
Yeah.
you know, your skin is radiant, you're glowing, you
Yeah.
can say your affirmation, you're like, I am ready. I mean,
Well,
that's,
and also if you're doing it right before you go to sleep. Like, I mean, it just feels better when you're laying in bed and laying on your pillow. You
yeah,
just don't feel like the grit and like the stick, you know. It's like summertime. I cannot get into bed with dirty feet. Like, you know, like my feet get dirty from wearing
yeah,
flip-flops or sandals. And I even scrub my feet, you know, to get in because
right,
I don't like the way it feels in my sheet. I just like it doesn't allow me to relax. And
right.
just surrender to the time and the physical action of it, and just think about like how better you're gonna feel and what you're doing for yourself, you know.
Oh, I
So
love it.
and just remember, it's just a small amount of time. I know you got to add it to all the other things, but the benefit, the payoff is huge. So yeah.
I love it. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, I'm so glad that you were on today and you got to share with us, you know, your story. I think the inception of Naked Soul Beauty is just a beautiful, you know, a story, and it has such a personal feel from you, Toby, of your energy and the gift that you give to the world in terms of, you know, your affirmation and your goddess energy, which is fabulous. And just knowing that, you know, that you've been able to turn, you know, this business into such a successful enterprise, especially going through all the personal, you know, parts of your journey as well, that has really positively impacted, it sounds like, you know, your business. And you probably didn't think it would in the process, but looking back, I mean, you've grown clearly so much as an individual, and that's fantastic. So I'm, you know, honored to have you here, to know you, to be part of your process and your journey. And I just think it's a beautiful story to share with other women who are, you know, watching and thinking, oh, I can do that too. So
Right.
that's
Right.
me super inspirational.
You can. It's about making the choice and the actions and getting out of that place of stuckness or depression or whatever it is that you're feeling. You just gotta like start wanting to feel better or wanting to do something different, and then just the small little actions, and then all of a sudden it gains momentum and you don't ever stop. Don't ever stop doing something. You
Oh, I
know.
love it. Don't ever stop doing something. That's a good one.
Right.
That's a good one. I'm writing it down. That's one of my quotes.
All right, now I'm doing too.
I love it. Perfect. That's all we needed. Right there. We got the quote. It's good. Well, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you, what you have going on. This is your time. Tell us all the things about Toby.
Okay, so all the things about Toby. I'm obviously a multi-beauty entrepreneur. So if you're in Santa Barbara and you need your hair done, you can come find me at Luce Salon. I don't own that. You said that I've been a salon owner for 25 years. I was a former salon owner and spa owner, but Luce Salon, we're on the Mesa. And Naked Soul Beauty, you can find me everywhere at Naked Soul Beauty, Instagram, nakedsoulbeauty.com. And I'm offering a special discount for all the Sassy Healthy Fit followers. So discount code is Sassy, all in caps, 20% off. So try something if you need to some consultation. That's one thing that sets me apart out of all those companies inside Ulta or Sephora or whatever, is that you can contact me directly and I'll help you decide. I'll talk to you, email, text, whatever you want. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Toby Ann Terry on Facebook, Naked Soul Beauty. And if you're a beauty professional, salon professional, and needing some inspiration, motivation, direction, help you get on your path and become a successful six-figure earner or more, so you can seed. So that's my thing is seeding your beauty brand so that you can go from beauty school to beauty brand. So I can help you with that. And and I'm also with Achieve Beauty, which we're launching this fall. And then I've got another company coming out later on this year or maybe early next year. So that we'll stay tuned for that announcement. And so that's it. So just find me on Instagram.
That's it. Just a couple of things. She is super in demand. I mean, if you want Toby, you got to get on this train because she's fire.
I'm a divorced mother of twins. So if you need someone to talk to about your divorce journey, and when you're ready to kind of make that change to kind of start getting out of it, and all those things that you can do to start just kind of creating some passion and inspiration back in your life. I love talking about that. I can talk about that all day long. So
that's awesome. Well, I'll make sure to include everywhere everyone can find you in the show notes. And thank you so much for the discount. I'm super excited. I hope that you guys take Toby up on this offer because Naked Soul Beauty products are amazing. She also has some different affiliate opportunities and whatnot. So I know that there's lots of ways that you can connect with her, work with her, etc. And I will make sure to include all that information in the show notes. I am so grateful and appreciative for you being here today, Toby. I am sending you all the love, and I'm so appreciative and grateful for all of you watching. I love that you guys are here with me on Sassy AF TV. We are here to bring you hot interviews talking about things that you want to talk about. So if you have any suggestions, always please feel free to let me know everywhere at Sassy Healthy Fit. And I look forward to hearing from you and hearing your comments on this video. And we look forward to seeing you next time as well. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Thanks, Toby, for being here.
thank you.
Everybody.